I'm excited. I don't know why, but maybe it's a good day for a good movie review. Oh, so as you can tell by the title, I am doing The World's End. So if you don't want to be spoiled, please go like a drunk person and I don't know. Just don't watch this video if you want to go see the movie, because I always add spoilers and yeah. Okay, so you're still here? Yay! You've seen the movie and you've seen what I understand on why I like this film? Yay. So I'm going to do the plot symphonist, then the cast list, and then what I thought, but not in any order. So yeah. Feels really weird. I'm full of energy. Yay! Okay. So 20 years after attempting an epic pub crawl, 5 childhood friends reunite when one of them becomes hell-bent on trying the drinking marathon again. They are convinced to stage an encore by mate Gary King, a 40-year-old man trapped at the cigarette end of his teens who drags his reluctant pals to their hometown and once again attempts to reach the fabled pub, The World's End. Dun dun dun! As they attempt to reconcile the past and present, they realize the real struggle is for the future. Not just for theirs, but humankind's. Reaching the world's end is the least of their worries. Sorry, it's another apocalyptic styled movie. That's pretty much the whole point of this movie. Yeah, plot symphonist, pretty simple. Doesn't give away anything there. I've seen the trailer like 3 times, and it doesn't give anything away. So watching me talk about this film will give stuff away. So that just told you that they're going to do a pub marathon where they play a drinking game and pub crawl or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I don't drink. Okay, and then you see the trailer where it just says, oh, we're going to go on a drinking game. Yeah, cool. It's actually apocalyptic style theme movie. So I should slow down, shouldn't I? Okay, so like it says, it's 5 friends reunite to go on a pub crawl. But by the time they get there, everything's all changed, and it's really creepy because like people are bleeding blue blood, and they're like mannequins in a human body, and it's messed up, but it's funny. It's awesome. So I like this film, so I recommend you see it. I'm gonna tell you that before you waste your time. Sorry. Okay. So 5 friends get together, and Gary King, he is a 40-something-year-old man who's pretty much trapped, thinking he's still a 17-year-old, thinking he could have fun and trying to become invincible. Now he's got nothing to lose pretty much, because sometime during the film they show you that he's done damage to his wrists, so I'm guessing he's tried to kill himself. I don't know. We just know he's in group therapy. That's all we know, his wrists are bandaged too. So he goes find his friends, and they're all different parts of wherever they're living. Sorry, they didn't really say where they were living, they just said where they want to go. And so they all get convinced by Gary to go back to their town, which I forgot what it was called, so I'm not going to say it because I'm going to embarrass myself. So, yeah. And when they get there, pretty much they already hate Gary. They haven't seen Gary in like 20-something years. Okay? So he's pretty much somehow convinced them to come back and be like, hey, come on, let's finish this. And so they're reluctant and they really don't want to do it, but they're only doing it to kind of shut Gary up because they're sick of him. So it's weird. And yeah, and so when they get there, they start drinking. It's like all is fine and dandy except one person's drinking water. It's like, dude, you're at a pub, drink beer. Mind you, you're probably me, except I don't drink. So yeah. So they're all drinking, and then Gary's like, guess what, we're gonna do the pub crawl again. Yay! But no one recognizes us. Why is no one saying hello again to us? Last time we were here was 20-something years ago. They should be talking to us and seeing what we're up to. It's like, that's because I don't remember you. He's kind of like, oh, this is not normal. Normally that guy, the guy that just served us, the bar attendant, that's a nice word, I like that word. The bar attendant normally says hello or something. But no one is acknowledging him. It's really weird. And so in probably like the second pub, one of them goes to the men's room and he starts trying to make a conversation with the teenager. And then the teenagers ignore him, typical teen. And so he starts trying to smash the teenager's head in. And so they end up in a huge fight. But one-on-one, teenager versus a 40-something-year-old, which I find is really funny. and then he accidentally knocks the guy's head off. And I mean accidentally, because he was supposed to just knock him out cold. Instead, his head comes off, and he's got blue blood gushing out of his neck. And it's really freaky, so all the rest of the guys come in going, "What?" And then more teenagers come in, and they all start fighting. Except the downfall was I didn't really get to see that fight scene, the bathroom fight scene, because the coppers, the police officers, if you don't know, decided it would be awesome to walk into the cinema that I was in and flash the freaking flashlight at the screen. So we were kind of annoyed because we looked at them and it was like, dude, seriously, I don't care if you're looking for a criminal. Get out of the cinema with that flashlight. We were all kind of annoyed, but we can't say anything because they're police officers and they're doing their job, so sorry. I'm not criticizing, just don't flash the flashlight at the screen when someone's trying to watch a movie. Okay? Cool. Do your job, we're not at the screen. So anyway, so they continue fighting, and then they finally win, and it's really weird because it's like all these body parts are all over the place, and there's blue blood all over them. So these 5 guys start freaking out. They're like, ah, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, ah! It's really funny to watch these guys. And Gary's like, pardon me, Gary's like, no, we're not gonna die, we're gonna finish this. And so things change, and they keep going along, blah, blah, blah. Same thing, every pub, notice everything's the same. People are just kind of like, who the hell are you? Kind of robotic. And then they probably get to the 4th or 5th pub, maybe. And they realize that everything is actually different. And everyone's a robot, but they're not technically robots because robots are slaves and these humans, robot droid things aren't slaves. Which is really weird. I'll explain. Sort of. I don't know how to. If you watch the movie, it will explain much better than I do. And so they meet someone they know, and the guy's like, they are not slaves, they're here, okay? Be nice to them and just say yes. And he ends up giving away too much, and he ends up dying. Interesting. And so they keep going to pubs, and each guy keeps disappearing. So it ends up down to the last 2 guys, and then they're down to 3. No, that doesn't make sense. They get to, yeah, like I said, 2 guys are left, and then somehow the 3rd one comes alive, so then you've got 3 guys. Sense? Yeah. Confusing. Yes, but it makes sense. You just have to watch it to understand. And so all the mates keep disappearing except those 2 guys. They all become these droid robot things, which is really freaky, and it's really funny, because it's really weird, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? But that's really cool. I like that. And so they get to the final one, and all these townspeople are coming after them, and then this statue modern art thing comes after them. It's really creepy. It's really cool. Yeah. And so they get to the last pub, and they find out it's between the last 2, Gary and I can't remember the other guy's name. I'm really sorry. So there's down to the last 2 mates that get together, and they're trying to fight over, saying, no, don't do this. You know, what's the point? You're just trying to finish something that you started 20 years ago. You know, just stop doing it. And so they argue over that, and then Gary pulls a tap, you know, a beer tap thing, whatever they're called. I don't drink, so I don't really know bar lingo. And he ends up the floor ends up going down into the ground, which is really weird. And all these humans are there, but they're robots, and so they've got this blue light, and they're all connected by a network. So if you watched Doctor Who and you saw that Doctor Who episode, I can't remember the name, but the name where we were supposed to be scared of the Wi-Fi, yeah, it's kind of like this, but kind of everything you touch. Kiss somebody, you know, touch someone's face, you use your hands, you drink your glass, anything can turn you into a robot. Really weird. Yeah, weird. And so these guys start arguing with the network, and the guys end up winning, but the network is like, well, screw you guys, you can screw everything up. And so he disappears, and everyone sort of dies, and the place sort of blows up. And then you in the future, well, they show everything blowing up, and then you go to the future sort of thing, and everybody's missing, and everybody's got their own little lives, and it's weird because the whole world's kind of destroyed. But yet they're living simple lives. Make sense? No, it probably doesn't. But you kind of have to watch it to understand. That's the only way it's going to make sense, and just putting it nicely. It's a brilliant movie, but don't take my word for it, because 10-minute song of a review, and just watch to make sure you know what it makes sense. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do the cast list, and if I pronounce names wrong, forgive me. Okay, so there's Sam. Sam is a chick. She's the one that Gary and another guy have a crush on, and they fight over it, and then the other guy wins, and him and Sam end up together. But Sam's a girl, and she's Oliver's sister. So yeah, she's played by Rosamund Pike. Okay, good name. Gary King is played by Simon Pegg. Oliver is played by Martin Freeman, who I find is hilarious. Now, I've only seen him in The Hobbit and Sherlock, and this guy is awesome, spot on. He's like really funny, and he's swearing and doing the finger, and it's like, well, this isn't the Martin Freeman that I've seen. This is a different side of him. I like it. Awkward, but I like it. Okay, then there's the network. The network is just a voice, and I had so much trouble figuring out who this actor was. I kept thinking it was someone else, but it's not. It's someone else. I was like, oh. So it was actually voiced by Bill Nye, and I'm just like, holy wow. An 8-star cast list. Sorry. But Bill Nye was pretty cool, because he was just trying to be this good guy who turned out to be a baddie, who was like, oh, screw it. I give up on my plans. And he's pretty cool. Guy Shepherd. Guy Shepherd was actually Gary King's teacher, and he makes an appearance twice or so, and he's played by Pierce Brosnan. Andrew Knightley is played by Nick Frost. Andrew Knightley is Gary's best mate, who's sort of like a brother, but not a brother, and they end up having a fallout, but then they're friends again. So yeah. Okay, there's Peter. He's pretty much living a simple life. He's one of the 5 people. So there's Gary, Oliver, Andrew, Peter, and Stephen. So there's the 5 guys that did it. And that were like in the popcorn. Peter's pretty much living a simple life, and then he gets dragged away, and he's working for his dad. And so Gary's like, you know, have fun with us. Screw your life. So yeah. He's played by Eddie Marsan. Basil. Sounds like a herb or something. Basil is just that random old guy who's probably only in 3 scenes, and he's like, I'm gonna tell you all the truth that I know. Now you know that I'm no longer crazy. And he's played by David Bradley. I liked him in as well. I've only ever seen him in Harry Potter, but David Bradley is actually hilariously awkward. Hilarious. Yes. Stephen Price. Stephen Price is one of the 5 guys. Oh, Stephen Prince. Oops. He's named Stephen Prince. He's pretty much the one that ends up with Sam, but yeah. He plays by Paddy Constantine, is it? Sorry. Then there's a heaps of other people, so let me find out who else is in here. Nope, okay. So yeah, the rest of the people are just like zombie person 2, people holding hands, and pub customer. So if you really want to go find out who they are, you're more than welcome to go search the internet. It's not that hard. I did it. If I can do it, you can too. Anyway, so yeah, I reckon you should go see it. It's not as confusing as it sounds, but you have to pay attention to it. And make sure nobody interrupts you. So I recommend you watch it, and when it comes on DVD, I reckon you buy it. But, you know, that's really up to you. If you want to buy it, go right ahead. If you don't, whatever. But I recommend you do. And sit down and pay attention to it, because I didn't pay attention to it. Like I said, I got distracted halfway through the movie when the police officers thought it'd be awesome to come to the cinema. So, you know, pay attention to it, and I would love to hear what you think, because, you know, hearing other people's opinions is awesome. And I'm sorry for the long review, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye!